Hey everybody, and happy Tuesday. Welcome to where we're going to be learning our math for the next couple of weeks. This is our first math lesson together for Math 2, and it's called Finding the Interior Angle Sum of Any Polygon. Now, technically, we did do this one lesson before we left, but it has been quite a while, so we are going to do this lesson again, but you do have notes in your notebook for this one as well. Okay, so if we want to find the interior angle sum of any polygon, that's the sum, meaning if I add up all 5 of these angles, I want to know what's the sum going to be. So in order to know that, we remember that one triangle has the interior angle sum of 180. Right? So we know the 3 angles of a triangle have to add up to 180. So if that's the case, we can draw in triangles here and see how many triangles we can make. So if we look at this, I'm going to draw the smallest number of triangles we can make. So if I start from one corner, it doesn't matter which corner, and I go to all the other corners, you can see the smallest number of triangles I can make in a 5-sided figure are 3. So 1, 2, 3 triangles is the least number of triangles I can make. So in a pentagon, there are 3 triangles. And notice that pentagon has 5 sides. And remember in class, we learned that there were always 2 less triangles than the number of sides. Okay, so there are always 2 less triangles than sides. So we learned that in class together. So that's why there's 3. So then if each one of those is 180 degrees, then I can simply do, to find the sum, 180 times the 3 triangles, 180 degrees for each one of the 3 triangles, and I can multiply those together, and that tells me that my sum is 540. Okay? Now, if you remember that there are always 2 less triangles than the number of sides, then you don't even have to draw the triangles in, but you're more than welcome to do so if you would like to. Okay, so let's look at an example then. We're going to find the sum of the interior angles of this shape. This shape, as you can see, has 8 sides. And so with those 8 sides, we're going to draw on our triangles to see how many triangles I can make. Or if you remember the shortcut that we just talked about up here, that works too. Okay, so if I start in one corner, whatever corner I want, it doesn't matter, and I draw straight across to each of the other corners, that'll give me the smallest number of triangles. Okay, so that's the smallest number of triangles. You can see there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 triangles, right? Which makes sense because we said there are always 2 less than the number of sides. So if there's 8 sides, there must be 6. So then I can say that the sum is 180 degrees for each of the triangles. And since there are 6, that means I'm going to multiply by the 6 triangles. So my sum is 180 times 6, which is 1080 degrees. That's my sum. Now, if I know how to find the sum of the interior angles, I can actually also work backwards to find the number of the sides. So we're going to look at a second example here. This example says they want us to find the number of sides if I tell you that the interior angle sum is 2340. So it's kind of starting here, and they want us to work backwards. So remember that 2340 is the total number of interior angle sum in total, and that's made up of triangles, right? And each triangle is worth 180 degrees. So I can divide by the 180 degrees to be able to find out how many triangles there actually are. So if I do 2340 divided by 180 degrees, I find out that there are 13 triangles in this shape. And then based on what we know from above, right here, there are always 2 less triangles than the number of sides. That means that there are 13 triangles. then there must be 13 plus 2 number of sides, which is 15 sides. Okay. Now, just one quick more thing. I want to look at the names. And again, we did this in class, but just in case you weren't there that day, the last day, we want to look at the names of the types of shape really quick because they will want you to know them. Obviously, we all know that 3 sides is a triangle. Hopefully, you already know that. 4 sides, we got done with chapter 7. That's a quadrilateral. 5 sides, you might have heard me mention earlier in the video, is a pentagon. 6 sides is a hexagon. 7 sides is a heptagon. 8 sides is an octagon. 9 sides is a nonagon. 10 sides is a decagon. And 12 sides is a dodecagon. And then everything else, we basically just say n gone. So 17 gone, 21 gone, 32 gone. Of course, there are names, but we're not ridiculously going to have you memorize all of them. So that's that. Okay. So again, look back at your own notes that you already have, or feel free to look at these notes. I will also mention to you that there is another way to find the sum of the interior angles of the polygons, and that has also been attached to your packet. So it doesn't matter to me if you use this way or if you use the method that was attached in the document. It's up to you. Whatever makes more sense to you is perfectly fine. Feel free to check in with me for questions, Remind, Google Classroom, or email. I am available. Have a great day, guys.